Nick Jimenez, senior attorney, environmental law center in Chapel Hill. It's great to be here and hopefully give elucidate a little bit the coming changes. I'm focused on the background and kind of how we got to where we are. And one thing I need to point out is that this started back in 1998 in response to a petition that the North Carolina Sustainable Energy Association filed. That kicked off a couple of years of discussions of pilot programs, eventually led in 2007 to kicking off the net metering program as we know it. Following Senate Bill 3, the Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Portfolio Standard law that passed in 2007, the Utilities Commission issued an order in 2009 that established the net metering paradigm that we are familiar with today, with monthly netting, where and your credits from exports are reset at the beginning of each summer season. That's what we've been operating under for quite a while now. But in recent times, in 2017, I realize is no longer very recent, the General Assembly has kind of made some rumblings about wanting to revise that paradigm. So in 2017, it's each utility, so Duke must file revised net metering rates. And it gave this sunset of January 1st, 2027 for the existing net metering structure that we know. And then in 2021, it said the Utilities Commission has to revise net metering rates. So when the General Assembly says that's going to happen, it's going to happen. Meanwhile, in South Carolina, they were also paying attention, as folks I'm sure know that Duke systems cover both states. So when one commission does something, the other one pays a lot of attention. South Carolina said we Public Service Commission take a look and establish some net metering rates, and I'm going to do that by 2021. So all of that background is kind of what led to the settlements. There were two settlements that have kind of brought us to where we are. The first one was a memorandum of understanding between Duke and a number of settling parties, basically clean energy advocates and solar industry folks, including two SELC clients. That sketched out the kind of paradigm that we're looking at now with a time of use rate based net metering tariff with a couple of fixed charges paired with some incentives. If folks have been paying attention to this for a while, they'll know that there were rebates under House Bill 589 2017 law that were also sunsetting. These incentives would more or less replace the residential solar rebate. That was pitched as a package deal in the settlement. Duke filed that in its application in late 2021, and then it reached another settlement with a collection of rooftop solar installers that established a bridge rate, which is instead of kind of flipping over to the new system, everybody doing that, there was a new option that the bridge rate created where you could, I'll get into the detail, but essentially you could stay on the same flat rate rather than joining a time of use rate. So just to step back, and we have now the net metering time of use based tariffs. That's an option. We have the bridge rate. That's an option. It's going to be available only until the end of 2026. There are some annual capacity caps too, so if that's something that might appeal to you, you'd want to apply early to try to get into that. And that will last for 15 years, minus any time that you're on the existing net metering rate, and you'll move to the time of use rate.